correspondent.
What's up, brothers? How y'all feeling?
What's up, man?
my brothers?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man? How's everybody doing?
How was everybody's pop today?
What's up? What's up?
Peace and love, like Miss Pamela Smith said.
Yeah, peace and love.
What's up, family?
What it do?
What's going on, everybody?
It's all good. It's all good. All love. Special edition show tonight, and we're simulcasting tonight just because of special guest that's on. So we are on Facebook again tonight, which don't get used to that. That's all I can say. Don't get used to it. Big shout out to Mimi Lee.
What's up? Hey.
Shout out to Cheryl Queen. How you doing, Cheryl Queen?
Let's go, Cheryl Queen. Understand. Some love.
Hey, Nacho, we got DC in the house. Darlene Collins. What's up, DC?
Oh, peace and love, Darlene.
Class of 78 repping with the Legends of the Past and Future show. Mr. Wallace, I know somebody said that, but yeah, Class of 78.
What's up,
Double digits. Yes, so special show tonight. We are simulcasting on 2 locations. As you see, Kim Class is joining us on Facebook tonight.
What's up, Kim?
We just wanted to have a little larger reach for if our special guest can make it tonight. And by the promo, you may know it's going to be Apostle Coates. So yeah, my beautiful, the only Kim Class tonight joining us.
It's good.
Hey y'all, have y'all noticed that is it getting hotter where you are? Days starting to pick up where it's getting a little hotter, Kenny. You in New Jersey.
No doubt.
It is. It's hot in this basement right now.
As I said, he wipes 2 pounds of sweat off his face.
Yeah, it's hot in this basement. I just came down here.
Midlife Simmer in the building. Welcome, Midlife.
Peace and love. Shoot, he's simmering down that joint.
Midlife, we might want to have you on for a special segment just to update people where you are in your journey on your. Because that woman is doing the thing as far as it goes. Trainer, watching bodybuilder, and everything else. So shout out. All right, look, we're gonna keep it moving. Q, you're gonna be.
I am hot, Kim Classy One. It is hot. I just got down here. Just turn the air on.
Turn the air on, brother. I got it on too. You're not alone.
The party over here. Gotta get hot, baby. Party your head. Got the blue light.
Can we start from the back and work forward this time tonight? Is it too late for that?
What's that?
Can we start from the back and work forward?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can do anything we want. You can do anything we want. Now, thank y'all for joining once again, Night Brothers Show. Like I said, we simulcasting tonight back on Facebook as well. So, but we're gonna get things moving. Got a lot to talk about, and got to give Vanessa her shout out before we get moving. Nessa! We ain't complete without Nessa, I'm telling you.
The new sexy. You know where you are. You know this already. Night Brother Show. We thank you for your presence and we appreciate it 100,000%. And welcome to, this is where what? Hopefully it's a new sexy. So,
Hey, Vanessa.
Get sexy together.
You feel healthier, you feel sexier, huh?
Yeah, if you are healthier, ain't nothing sexy sick. Ain't nothing sexy. I know it start with an S, but all of the rest is a mess, so don't even test sexy and sick. So let's get healthy, y'all. And while we're healthy and while we're getting even healthier, we want to thank and just appreciate those that supported, all of you. Everybody here tonight, anybody that gave, anybody that told somebody, all of y'all, because I know y'all hit the like and I know you hit the share. So I definitely thank you for that. Also, thank you for following us on Facebook and also definitely following us if you're on, what's it called, y'all? YouTube. So indeed, we appreciate your presence and thank you to all those that gave.
Look at how special Margaret Nick is, Arden.
Oh my God! All the way from New Orleans, girl. You down there partying? Let's get the horns for some horns playing close by.
Go ahead, Margaret Nick.
You have a beautiful time, girl, and live it up. Get your steps in. You got to walk around down that joint, check out some things. So you're gonna get some steps in. But have a wonderful time. Get me a beignet while you're there. Just eat it for me. Don't even bring it back to me. Definitely appreciate it.
I was gonna tell her to give me some rice and beans while she was down there.
Hey, you can grab me that too. I can do that too.
Some etouffee or something.
I'll tell you that gumbo used to be banging back.
Hey
in the day.
Aquavian, I'm new to this Night Brothers thing. My name is Maisha from the Bronx, NYC baby boy. I really don't know what y'all actually do here. Can you help a sister out tonight?
Absolutely.
One of my good friends told me if I want some health tips, also have a good social conversations and have fun in a safe space online, to check out the Night Brothers show. Was she right, Aquavian?
Oh, no doubt about it, right?
Don't give me none of that Maryland-style BS either, Aquavian. Because I heard men from the Chesapeake area can get slick sometimes. You don't want to get me all in my feelings, do you, Mr. Aquavian?
No, I ain't trying to do that.
Okay, well, tell me what you got on tap for me tonight.
Just for you, baby. Just for you. Listen, we got a couple of things on tap tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about plant-based foods tonight and the rise in growth of plant-based foods.
So, Q, you want to go in reverse order?
Yes, we're going to do that in reverse order.
Okay, so number 2 going to be number 1 then. Go ahead, brother. Talk to him.
It's going to be plant-based foods. And it's time for you to incorporate this into your diet. And we're going to break down different segments and different areas of plant-based foods. And we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to talk about it all, okay? And then, secondly, we're going to have our special guest. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us by then. Bishop Craig Coach, and he's going to talk about Juneteenth with him. He was a special updates about Juneteenth. And he's not able to pick it. We're going to cover it in. Back to that.
I like how you did that. So if we can't make it, we're going
to take care of that.
So let's dive right into it. Plant-based. Plant-based. I've been wanting to do this show for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I had my run with plant-based for about, well, we'll talk about that later. But tonight we're going to explore the world of plant-based foods. We're going to talk about, like you said, the benefits. Should you start to incorporate some of these things in your diet? What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? You at this point in life, you've been here, you've been there, you've been up, you've been down, you've been sick, you've been healthy, you've been young, you've been old. What you want to do, and how would this work in all of that situation? That's what we about to dive into. So we're going to do this video produced by the man over there with the Baltimore Oreo hat on. And I got my Yankees on tonight, and they battling tonight.
Yankees, baby.
Shout out to Boston Celtics. Everybody just real fast, just drop a 1 in the chat. I mean, I'm going to give, look, we NBAers, everybody drop a 1 in the chat or just say congratulations Celtics. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
And because they did their thing, you know what I mean? I ain't got hate. I could though. I could definitely, I can do that. All right, let's check out this video.
Do it.
You need to hear this if you're a health enthusiast. The world is changing and so are our plates. Plant-based eating is now a global movement driven by concerns for our planet, health, and animal welfare. Scientific research supports the benefits of plant-based diets. Innovative companies craft realistic meat alternatives. Burgers, sausages, and chicken, all made from plants. This revolution makes it easier to reduce animal product reliance. This is going to blow your mind, exploring plant-based brands and their health claims. Walk down the grocery aisle today and you'll be met with an explosion of plant-based brands. Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods are known for their meat-like burgers. But they're not alone. Brands like Tofurkey, Gardein, and Morningstar Farms offer a variety of plant-based meats. Many companies tout health benefits like lower saturated fat, zero cholesterol, and added fiber. Some are heavily processed and high in sodium, while others prioritize whole food ingredients. It's crucial to read labels and choose products that align with dietary needs. This is going to blow your mind. Plant-based recipes for every palate. The plant-based movement is incredibly versatile in the kitchen. Gone are the days of bland tofu scrambles and uninspired veggie burgers. Plant-based meats can be seamlessly integrated into countless recipes. Swap ground beef with lentils or tempeh for a rich bolognese sauce. Use mashed cauliflower and mushrooms for a comforting shepherd's pie. Plant-based cooking invites experimentation and creativity. Everybody is looking for the economic impact of the plant-based food industry. Section 4, the FDA's seat at the table. With the rise of plant-based foods, the FDA's role is crucial. They ensure safety and labeling accuracy, including plant-based products. As new methods emerge, the FDA adapts regulations. Novel ingredients like heme iron, approved by the FDA, highlight the need for transparency. Clear labeling allows informed choices. The FDA's role remains paramount in supporting the industry's economic growth.
All right, Q. Thank you for the video, brother. So we're gonna dive right into right into the Q&A on plant-based. I just really wanted to, you know what I heard a long time, this was a long time ago, when my cousin Amato McGowan, if you remember Amato McGowan.
Yeah.
Man, but we got a lot of ancestry going on, man. You know what I mean? You start talking about that Robert E., Smarty Hayes, and you just start to think about some of the ancestries that have preceded us in the hereafter. But Amato McGowan, when I was young, and he was one of the first people I knew. I was in high school, and he was talking about vegetarianism, and he was talking about. And he told me this story. I don't know if it's true or not, or maybe you can opine on it. But he was just telling about, man, you need to stop eating them burgers, brother. Because I was a burger king, McDonald, Big Macca, and everything back then. I was macking with the kings. And he said a burger takes like 2-3 weeks to really fully digest in your digestive tract. Huh?
30 days.
So I was like, no doubt, Amato McGowan. You're right. I'm. You know, that's the legend from the past, right there, baby. You know what I mean? So I did. So tell us about that, Art. Was he right? Was he correct or whatever?
Right.
Huh?
That's why yes, he's absolutely correct, and that's why when you eat that every day, that's why most people are compacted, and most people have between 20 to 35 pounds of undigested fecal matter in them now, if you eat that way over a period of time. So
wow.
He's absolutely correct.
And I know we in the nasty part of the, but if we just keep it real, fecal matter is waste that's in your diet. Yeah, shiznick.
You want me to keep it 100, and we can keep it fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshiggity up in there.
Yes.
But so, and I know we kind of branching off, and we ain't even got into the meat and potatoes of it. But what I was just saying real fast, keep shaking his head. If 30 days, if something is in your system 30 days and it's not the best for you, and it's kind of going through, and you pounding more on top of that, that sounds problematic. But anyway, let's go to the questions. Let's talk about the brands. Let's get into that, because we'll get into the hefty stuff later. I want to open up with you on plant-based. And I want you to talk about plant-based products, how they cover more than meat substitutes and things of that nature. Talk to me about this.
Wow, man, the industry, as you talked about, has really grown exponentially. Plant-based and with that growth has become more products available. And it used to be that plant-based products were based around meat substitutes, all meat substitutes, substitutes for hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken and things like that. But more recently, as things have evolved, now plant-based products offer things like, probably always have, but they become more prevalent now. Things like your milks and cheeses and yogurts and coffee creamers and ice cream, desserts and mayo, and I even saw one that Nestle has developed a chocolate milk, guys, which I found, wow, that's kind of amazing. So it's really grown exponentially in the last 2 years at explosion. So it's not just meat substitutes anymore. Plant-based foods are moving into all other areas of our dietary needs.
No doubt, Q. I'm gonna come your way, because you probably the longest running plant-based eater, because you've been doing it literally since, I don't know when you gave up beef and pork and fish and all of that. What was it, high school, college, or it was way back when, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was coming into high school.
So you were four decader.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, you're right. Damn, I ain't think about it like that. But
wow.
Yes, and the choices have grown exponentially. The bottom line is, when I first started, I will say that they always had alternatives, because what people don't really understand is that people have always been lactose intolerant. So there's always been a model for people to have milk and veganays, veganase, or whatever you want to call it, alternatives for those things, you would have to go to a health food store back then. And that would be the only way you could get these particular products. And I mean, so much so when I was raising my children and when I was growing up, I was around 4 or 5 grocery stores. I still had to drive 45 minutes or so to get to a health food store to buy groceries. And I had
Wow.
friends that didn't want to go to the grocery stores with me because I read all of the back of the things. And I said, nah, you don't want that. You don't want that. It's goddamn long. I'm gone. You know, what up on here with me, laughing loud. But the bottom line is that it's exploded. And so when you start talking about your meat alternatives, it's a bunch of stuff out there, and it's a bunch of garbage out there also. So it's good and bad products. Don't think just because it says plant based is good. Like I always say, the front advertises and mostly BS. Flip it over on the back and really read exactly what is in there, because that is imperative. Even in supposedly health food stores, you can get
Right.
you can get a bunch of junk that is quote unquote plant based. But the explosion is tremendous, and you see it at the grocery stores. And it was no options in reference to going out as far as a restaurant. That wasn't even a thing. And now you have a lot of restaurants that have opportunities there. So the growth is growing dramatically. Kenny?
Good point, my brother. Good point. First of all, this industry is growing dramatically over the past decade. I mean, mainly because of its appeal. Just like Arden was touched on, it looks, the taste, the texture is just like the real thing, and it's healthy for you. So why would I not indulge in it? I mean, for the more health conscious people, they're into it for environmental concerns, animal welfare, and things like that. But it's grown, and the younger people are choosing this because one, it's the thing to do now. It's the end thing. They're concerned as well about living a healthy lifestyle. They're concerned about animal welfare. They're concerned about the environment, the waste. So it's really a good thing. But just like Arden said, read the labels, because there are a lot of things out there that are under the plant-based moniker. But if you read the label, they're not that much healthier than some things are normally off the shelf. So again, this is a great thing. It's very healthy, but always read the label. Pay attention.
Pamela Smith says back in the day, because I remember back in the day, I was like, Arden was bringing me along back in the day. She said all you had to make your own almond by soaking your almonds overnight and then draining them. And I remember doing some of those things. Now you just go buy it from the store. It's already there.
Yeah.
But the way that Pamela, let me put a comment back on my screen. It's actually a lot better for you. I went on this journey, man. I was all in the kitchen doing all kinds of creative stuff. And we'll talk about that as well. The creativity that comes in when you go plant-based. And we're not saying vegetarian, and they just rarely use that word per se anymore, because diets now, Q, seem to kind of have this weaving effect where you can, you know what I mean, you can go from here, go to there, kind of flow, and still kind of stay within a really healthy range. So
it keeps it, and really just to piggyback on that, the plant-based model came from people trying to conform people. Like if I just say you're a vegan, or if I just say you're a vegetarian, that's just like I'm just selling to those people. When I say plant-based, you might not be a vegan, you might not be vegetarian, but you don't have a problem trying something that's plant-based.
boom,
The marketing
there you
aspect
go.
allows you to shoot to everybody and let them know, look, hey man, it's a burger. You know what I mean? Just like you want a bison burger, you want a chicken burger, a turkey burger, man, how about this veggie burger? And it's, you know what I mean? It's a pitch at the same time.
Hey, Arden, before we jump off of these brands, and I'm gonna back it up just a second. Let me back it up. I want to try these joints right here. When I used to eat beef back in the day, I used to love going and get a Jamaican patty, man. And I like, then I started doing chicken ones. It wasn't the same. Well, I say, I want to try these and see what they're like.
I mean, I had them before and they were okay, but I think it was the cook. because I had somebody else make it for me. I was at their house and they was like, "I know you're a vegetarian. You're sure you'll like these." I checked it out. I was like, "Yeah, throw them on." But I think if you made them yourself, it kind of goes back to making them yourself. If you were able to cook the inside crumble like you wanted, and then put it in there and then roll it
Right.
up. But if you don't, then it don't get. It's a presentation thing to
Right.
me.
Hey, look, thank you, Brother Wallace. That's what we try to do, man. It's about information. It's about empowering. It's about bettering and bringing value to folks' lives, whether it's one, two, or many.
Hey,
Um,
Lenny, real quick, while you got this up here, you froze it right on the screen.
well,
Legendary.
I did it for a reason.
You want to hit
Uh,
legendary?
yeah, but go ahead. Hit not tell them who these. Tell them what this brand represents on the screen right here. Everything legendary.
Everything legendary. It's three dynamic entrepreneurs that are from actually in DC and Prince George's County, like local. So if you see this in the store, it's hemp based, it's hemp seed based. So it's not soy, it's not a lot of other extra stuff in it. So really good burger. They have a really good product. They even do events. Excellent people, man. So if you see everything legendary in your store, if you can support it by any means and kind of check it out,
Quick
really good
point
product.
about them too, Arden. Quick point about them. They created this burger. Arden first when they first launched it. Arden was one of the first people to buy it, and
Yeah.
then a couple months later they was on Shark Tank. They was on Shark Tank. A couple months later, and they
It
got
worked.
picked up by Marquee. When they, on Shark Tank, you don't win, but somebody gets behind you and becomes partnered with you. Well, Mark Cuban partnered with these guys, and now they're like in a lot of stores all over the place. So we're gonna keep moving though, because we talked about brands, but we wanted to get the brothers and sisters on there and just shout them out. We might have to have them on the show one week.
You do need to. You need to bring them in. Indeed.
But anyway, let's talk about the health benefits of plant-based. Q, start with you.
Well, the thing about plant-based diets is it can be a very, very healthy lifestyle, and things like automatically things like weight loss, your heart health, blood pressure, basic stuff, inflammation, your gut health, Lenny, which you always like to talk about gut health a lot. It really can improve your gut health, your immune system. And we always said the immune system is a gateway to disease. So if you can improve that immune system, that will make you healthier overall. And there's just some of the basic benefits of a plant-based diet. I mean, it can help with hypertension, all that kind of stuff. So if you're eating healthier, eating smarter, of course it's going to have an effect on your health. So that's one of the many benefits of eating plant-based diet.
And when we're saying plant-based, Q, I just want people really kind of, open their mind up a little bit more and a little bit more, because we're not talking just meal, burger replacements and vegetarian type stuff. We're talking about plant-based could be as simple as you just eat fruit and vegetables all day.
Yep.
That's plant-based. Come on, listen, you know what I'm saying? That's why the category has expanded, Kenny, and the terminology has gotten more away from vegetarian to plant-based products. It's good, But anyway, let's talk about the health benefits. Q, you talked on that one. Arden, I'm going to throw it your way. I just want to know why it's easier on the digestive system breaking down, because we talked about that. Somebody said 7 days to break down a beef and burger, and somebody said 30 days. Anyway, it's a long time because you're supposed to eat and go. That's what I thought. That's how God designed us.
That's what it's supposed to be. And think about anything that you set. If you set a burger down for 7 days, will it still be good? Would you eat it at room temperature, a little higher than room temperature? Would you eat that burger after 7 days? No. So the biggest part about plant-based is that, it's something that should go right through you. And I just want to wipe off your mind of, I know we showed a lot of processed products behind us on that last, when we talking about the burgers and everything else. But the less processed your food is, the better and the more nutrient dense your food is. And I'll say that one more time. The less processed your food is, the healthier and more nutrient dense your food is, the higher vibration your food is. So when I'm talking about plant-based, I'm talking about black beans. And you want to make a burger out of black beans, because it's beautiful that everything's come this far. but it still pushes me to the point where, like, realistically, for me to, really feel comfortable about a burger, you need to just make your own burger still, because now you have so many entities that's jumped into plant-based that some things might not be as easily digested, might be higher in estrogen, might be a lot of different things. So I would say still focus on being plant-based as far as eating plant-based food, whole food. Something that when you look at it, you see, oh, that was a mushroom that they made into this kind of meat-like substance. Not like you really don't know what it is. If you can stay on that move, then as a plant-based eater, you'll be a much more healthier eater, and a much more healthier person, I should say. Now, will you jump into maybe some wings or whatever else, or mock wings or mock meat or whatever else? Maybe. But I would say when you're focusing on plant-based foods, focus on the recipes that start with real food and end with real food, and start getting interested in raw food. One thing that you got me as far as like when people say, "Oh, you don't eat anything," I said, man, realistically, when I became a vegetarian, I ended up eating different foods unlike I had ever done before, because I'll eat food from every freaking part of the globe, because most people eat vegetables and beans and everything else around the world, not just meat. So I ended up eating from around the world, and it gave me a vast diet to kind of jump into, whether it was Indian, Chinese, any ease. I was eating every different things, African food.
I can definitely identify with that, Ardner. When I went vegetarian, well, plant based back in the day, it really makes you shop the grocery store in a different way, because you go in there and you start to have an open mind. You on YouTube looking at recipes and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, definitely seasonings, flavorings. This is and most of you guys might have seen this, but this was 8 weeks. A burger from McDonald's is 8 weeks old, and the fries too. It's just still a cylinder. They just put it in a glass cylinder and just set it there for 8 weeks. That joint did not decompose. I mean, so if we're talking the 30 days in your body, and this is more than 30 days. This is 45 days, right, Q? No, this is 60 days. 8 weeks, right?
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
In my Annapolis High School math. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty wild to think about. To Midlife Simmer, she says, yes, I did. I mean, she was talking about lactose intolerant and making almond milk herself by actually getting the almonds. And maybe, Pam, if you got a chance while you watch it, maybe you can throw up a quick how-to for folks or a link, either way. Shout-outs to Derek Bailey. Best friend of vegetarian for 6 years. Very convincing. Yes, Derek. I must agree with you, brother. I must agree with you. And so let's go, Kenny. Let's go your way. I know we kind of, but explain the nutrient dense part of this as opposed to the meat counterparts.
Well, first of all, just like everybody was saying, that they're higher in the essential minerals. They have more, just as much or more fiber and vitamins as their counterpart. The biggest thing, they absorb into your body quicker. We've all been talking about it takes anywhere from 36 to 72 hours. I think you said 30 days, Lenny. None of that happens with plant-based foods. And that's what you need, because you have more energy. You're not, how you eat a burger, oh, I feel tired and laying down. You eat the wrong thing. If you eat something like that, and the first thing you feel is the need to go to sleep, that's probably the wrong thing that you're eating. So a plant-based diet, again, it absorbs into your body quicker. You don't get that lag. You have more energy. It's just overall just naturally better for you.
Yep. And my man said, excuse me, Midlife Simmer said she did an experience on her son, Joshua, who's probably a grown young man at this point. I don't know how exactly old he is. I'm thinking like 20, something like that. But she did an experiment with McDonald's fries when he was like in middle school. Wow. So I guess she took him in. You could tell us a little bit more, Midlife Simmer. Took it to school for a science project or whatever, and them joints never decomposed. That's in your stomach, y'all.
Stomach.
And when you think about it, you know what I mean? That's in your stomach.
That's in your stomach having a fight.
Yeah.
Right
That's
there.
right, Kenny, trying to get out.
Well, your
and
body's
Derek's- I'm with this comment. The plant-based bean burgers hit harder than moms do.
I like that, brother. I like that.
I mean,
I'm with these black bean burger. Boy.
black bean burgers is the bomb. That was one of my first introductions.
Yeah, I don't see him as much
This is a bean burger right here. This is one of my first introductions to, because it didn't have a whole lot of. Remember, Art, it didn't have a whole lot of like stuff out. So you had to get a bean burger.
Yeah. And then the bean burger came out for a while, and it was a lot of places so you could get some. That was like really one of the first ones to jump out. And then I think it was what's it called? You got the brand up there that jumped out there.
Yeah. So look, now that we talking, we segueing into recipes and carrying on. Let's talk about some of because it's not your daddy's plant-based burger. It's not. Like I mean, I tasted the cardboard Morning Stars back in the day, and what was the other? It was Morning Star and somebody else. Who was the other? It's only two dudes out.
Morning Star and Boca.
And Boca, yeah.
Was at the major markets. I mean, you had to go to a health food store and you would get other food.
Yeah. But
Soy Dog or whatever it was.
Right. Them joints was semi-cardboard back in the day, but this ain't your daddy's plant-based burger nowadays. This is a whole different world back in there. One man said, man, I'm going to eat my double whopper with everything on and Philly cheese with fries. Let's do this. Hey, look.
Hey, man, do what you feel.
And I know Wallace is being facetious with what's going on. That brother died. Has got so great. It's amazing, and how he looks and everything else. And shout out to you, man. See, I told you he's being facetious. Yeah, Art. Let's segue into some recipes and foods that you can get now. Because that's like I said, ain't your daddy's plant based. Can you talk about the variety of choices coming out of this category now?
What are you thinking about? I mean, as far as like breakfast, we can start right in line. Like breakfast,
yeah, like what are some of the things you could do for breakfast
that you can have now? I mean, if you want the American diet, one thing about this. Let's think about this. The regular breakfast of I want pancakes, sausage, some fried potatoes, and
Bacon.
I don't care how, and some bacon. I call it bacon because it'd be bacon if I got it. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't bacon. It's got to be bacon. So all of that, you can get vegetarian, vegan, plant-based, whatever term you want to put under it. You can get all of those things, but it's a bunch of carbs and some protein. But generally a whole lot of carbs. So it's all going to come back down to really your recipe. If you eat that, you still going to fall asleep just like you talked about. All those carbs going to put you straight to sleep. Carb, sugar, the syrup on it you can use. I use maple syrup as my sugar. As my syrup, basically. That's going to put you straight to sleep. But you have those options. You have really good options as far as sausage is concerned. But the bottom line is, if you're going to eat a good breakfast, you probably should start off with more fruit.
Yeah.
Sliced fruit is a whole lot better option to get started. And that's plant-based. Fresh fruit, straight out. You're going to come out, you're going to have a whole lot more energy. You're going to be able to move forward. But it's just a lot of other options that you can get and all vegan. And it's still, if you pick a whole lot of starch, it's going to put you to sleep.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot of different things out. If somebody wants to be very traditional in the way that they approach their breakfasts and stuff like that, I mean, you can go get this type of stuff. I mean, you can go get Beyond sausages and all, and I mean the spice. You know what? Sausage is really about the spice makeup in a sausage, the seasonings in a sausage, which really gives you that wow. You know what I mean? You get all of that in this. You know, so yeah.
But the thing is this: who says you have to have, like Arden said, you don't have to have breakfast food like that. You could have different rices for breakfast. You don't have to have traditional breakfast food because it's breakfast time. So you can always change that and have stir-fried vegetables, anything.
Yes,
Like
indeed.
like what Derek said here again, that plant-based digests faster in your digestive, in your GI tract. They don't have all the plastic like items and makeups of a lot of processed
Processed meat. You're
stuff that
absolutely
comes. Because hear me out now on this point. When we're talking about, because we're going to talk about something very interesting in a second about plant-based too. Everything ain't gravy. But
Nope.
when you're thinking about plant-based and you're thinking about your meats and all that type of stuff, you're not just getting 100% beef like the package says. You look on the back of it, it's like a gazillion other things in your beef. Just like Derek just said.
That's right.
It's a gazillion other things in there. So,
One thing
but
you escape though a lot with like organic plant-based foods, even if it's somewhat processed, is those hormones that they feed the animals. Especially here in America, we have a really poor food supply. Especially when you start talking about meat. There's a reason why, and I always say this. There's a reason why we can't export poultry, we can't export beef, we can't export jack as far as meat to the other known developed world. And some undeveloped countries will not take our foods
that's
because
pretty wild. You're right, on.
and all of the injections that we put in it and to make them grow.
All right, now I wanted to ask Quavy. I wanted to ask Quavy about, because you and I, we kind of been in this world for a little while, even though I flow in and out. Q, what's some interesting things that you've learned researching this topic and things that you may have, I'm gonna try it out. And I tell you one thing before you even answer. That's a lot of friends that when I say that I eat a lot of vegetarian stuff, all of them said, yeah, I tried that Beyond Italian sausage, and I almost prefer that thing over anything else. But Q, go ahead, jump in.
But there are a lot of things that I found extremely interesting, and I said that I'm going to try them. You just showed one of them a little earlier. If you know me, you know I love a couple of things. I love chicken. I'm going to keep it real. I love chicken. But those chicken nuggets look awesome, man. I love pasta. Now, I said beyond burgers and things like that, you can use those meat substitutes and make a nice lasagna out of it, or spaghetti, or bolognese, that type of thing. So I'm going to be experimenting with that and with the crumbles, man. I think the crumbles would go great in some chili, my vegetarian chili, along with some zucchini and squash, red onions, and some other vegetables, and peppers and things of that nature. With those crumbles, man, that chili gonna be off the chain, and I'm gonna make that as soon as we eat.
Yeah, I guarantee you, when you make it, people not even gonna know it didn't have meat in it. So many times I've done that with the chili, with spaghetti, with lasagna. You just put that in. I would say just cook the crumble first, brown it, and then put it in, and then cook it with the lasagna.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But,
yeah. That's the sausage I was talking about. And Q, you were talking about this.
These crumbles right
there.
Yeah,
I've had those.
I think they can be I can see myself using those in so many different ways, man.
Tacos.
I'm going to be purchasing very, very soon, and I'll be implementing that in some of my cooking, with those culinary skills that I have.
Yeah, because I definitely know you got culinary skills, because you dropped the word bowl. What did you call it, Q? Bolognese. He dropped the B word up in this joint tonight. I was like, what he say?
Say who?
No, but on the real, this stuff is much lighter on your system too. You don't leave away from the meal feeling like.
And now look at that. Now, look at that. They use it for tacos. Think about that for a second. That'd be a great taco right there. Burrito even. Put some burritos or tacos using that instead. Man, listen, I'm going in. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going in.
Wilder said he was talking to his co-host about plant-based earlier today, and I think that's his show tomorrow. They doing one of their own. Definitely want to find out a little bit more about one of his co-hosts. Midlife Simmons says her son will be 22 next month, and yes, we took them and left them out and just noted what happened along the way. I can't remember how long, but they stayed the same. Nothing really happened. Now we're talking about the fries and burgers that she bought from McDonald's. That's what I'm talking about.
That is scary, y'all.
Yeah. So it's just really. So anyway, where we at?
You could do this. I mean, like even with the nuggets, you can make your own shish kebab. All of the things that you are generally making, you can make that with this. What's that? The pie,
the crumbles, yeah, shepherd's pie, yeah.
Shepherd's pie with the crumbles.
Yeah.
My wife makes chili, or chili she makes with it.
Oh yeah. You can
and lasagna. She layers the ground beef layer that you would put. And then she uses vegetarian noodles too. So the whole vegetarian and some spinach. Oh my God! Here we go. I'm ready to eat. Go ahead, Kenny. Talk about the growth of menu options, restaurants, eateries, and all of that.
Oh, you ready to eat, my brother? My
yes,
man.
sir. You got me hungry up in this camp.
First and foremost, you want to see this growth on menus. First of all, it's a money thing. Definitely. Plant-based industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. In 2017, it was worth right around $4 billion. 6 years later, 2023, it doubled. It's over $8 billion.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's
over
amazing.
$8 billion.
Wow.
In 6 years.
Aggressively growing.
Wow.
So, of course, everybody wants a piece of it. You're going to see it in your higher end restaurants, of course. That's going to be one of their things. They're going to push that. But now you're even seeing it in fast food restaurants. Burger King came out with the Impossible Whopper. Even Taco Bell with the vegan crunch wrap. I'm not feeling that, but everybody who wants a piece of this business. Let me tell you a story. I have a customer that will come in and buy cases of the Impossible beef. Wow. So much that we had to order for him special. So I asked him, I said, what do you do with this? He says, well, I have a small pizza shop, and I ended up going to his shop. I'm not going to say it's a hole in the wall, but it's like a really, really small pizza shop. And it's the last place you expect to find anything with a plant-based option.
Right.
He has a plant-based pizza. I'm talking about the dough and everything, and he uses the meat. It's a good seller. He buys cases of it a week. So everybody wants a piece of this multi-billion-dollar industry, not just the fact that it's more healthy and satisfying for you, but it's a big money thing. And these these restaurants are not going to miss out.
You know, Kenny, you're so right because, just throwing up, this is Pamela, back to the almond milk, how to chop your fresh almonds, cover with spring water and filter water, and then soak them overnight, drain them with a cheesecloth. Boom, there you go. So thank you. I've done that before too. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Little vanilla.
Yeah, funny. So yeah, I mean, let's shift and segue a little bit because although we tend to be a little bit higher on this lifestyle option or this alternative option to your diets because we know what it can do. It definitely the benefits is weight loss as well, Q. You know what I mean? Because stuff is digestion, getting out your system faster, all of that type of stuff. You're getting a lot. It's nutrient dense, like Kenny said, so it's you're at the cellular level, all of that type of stuff. But it's not without its faults.
Oh no, absolutely.
So Q, one time I was a vegetarian. I was a junk food vegetarian.
There you go. You eat junk food is junk food. Great.
So let's talk about all of that type of stuff now. Can we segue over? Because go ahead and talk about that. I got my shit nicked together. But
I'm laughing because I remember I think I was a teenager. And then I called myself, I said, okay, I'm not going to eat meat anymore. I think I was about 16 maybe. But I lived off McDonald's, French fries, and chicken wings and stuff like that. I wasn't going to eat red meat anymore. I'm going to eat that. And I found that, dang, I'm not getting any smaller. If anything, I'm getting bigger. So there's a couple of things here. First of all, it comes down to preparation, how anything is prepared. If you're preparing it in a way which adds to your caloric intake, of course it's not going to be the healthiest thing in the world for you. So that's number one. If you're frying things and adding a whole bunch of sauce, additional condiments to your meal, of course it's going to pack on pounds. But there's other things we got to bring. We got to talk about. We got to keep this real. We're gonna keep this real about plant-based foods. Now, sometimes there can be nutritional deficiencies, and it happens the way that you think about like a meat-based diet. It's going to be heavier in things like zinc, calcium, iron, B12, and things of that nature. Diet. So it may not be the healthiest thing for you, but there's always a workaround. There are supplements that can bring those things back into your diet. If you're taking supplements, they can cover that iron and zinc and things of that nature. So the other thing is, there are times when we talk about processed foods, and Natural mentioned a little earlier, the more processed something is, the worse it is for you. And some plant-based products can be heavily processed, which is not the best thing for you, as we talked about. So if you can avoid those as well, the less processed, the better. And so that's how it goes. And
Turn
also,
my phone around, turn it to the back.
There can be more sugar and carbs added to things. That can be and maybe less protein. Oh, there's our brother. Our
There
brother.
he is. There he is. Wait till he finished.
All right, what's
Cat,
good?
cat.
What's good, Apostle?
Brothers, I'm so
Oh,
sorry
man.
for being this late. I was at a men's fellowship.
It's all good,
Hello?
brother. It's all good.
Yes, well, we got you. Go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah, it's good to be on here with you guys.
Uh-huh.
Glad you could make it, brother.
It's just
Definitely.
a couple of nights away, couple of days
Yes.
away.
Yes, sir. Brother, listen, we're going to switch gears real fast. We were talking about plant-based foods, but we're going to switch gears right now, and we're going to talk about Juneteenth celebration, because we need you to break down the particulars for us, if you could. Just break down the particulars. Go over the particulars,
Yes,
starting
sir.
with the gala on
Sure.
Friday night.
Okay, the gala's Friday night. Doors open at 5:30. Red carpet. The celebration starts at 6:20. We've got a spoken word artist that's unbelievable. We've got an MC that's a comedian of all comedians. So we're going to have high moments and laughing moments, great food. And for the road band, we're going to dance until we forget our
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah. All right.
I heard
Oh.
that.
And of course, the big piece, we're going to honor 10 of our community's real difference makers. We're excited to honor them. One of them is a lady that's been touching all our lives for many years, over 50 years in the business. That's Miss Denise Hector at Reese and
Oh,
Sons.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
honoring her. We're honoring Bishop Charlie Curl and so many others that long overdue, just do great things, and we're getting a chance to honor these great folks.
Well, Pastor always said, give people their flowers while they can still smell them. And I love that you guys
That's right.
from within the community, and
That's
you do
right.
it on occasions like this. So that's one of the things I love about that. So,
Oh man, I'm grateful.
The gala is completely sold out at this point.
The gala is oversold. It is sold
Oh.
out to the point that the wait list ain't even get you in.
I love it. I love it, brother.
Wow, man.
And a record number. This is the largest attendance this year for the gala. So we're looking at another plan for next year so we can house at least 600-700 people. Thanking God for that, right?
Yeah.
Pastor, I want to.
Correct.
What's that?
I said you changed venues from last year, this year, and you may have. And it seems like you outgrown this one already.
But it's still gonna be crowded. Yeah,
Wow.
we try to take advice from everybody about how they felt about last year, and everybody loved last year. We just, we wanted to step it up another notch. So we thought the food could be even better. So this year it's gonna be even better. It was great last year, but it'll be even better.
Talk about the gala in the sense of when it was always part of the planned event of the Juneteenth weekend. But this thing
That's
has
right.
really like grown into one of the more larger segments of the weekend. Haven't you seen the growth in the gala? Like, wow, like people really want to celebrate and step out and show their heritage. Could you just opine on
Yes,
that
sir.
aspect of it?
Sure. Well, first, I'm going to do a shout out to Miss T. Adams for the vision.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
3 years ago,
We
4 years
don't,
ago, when
we don't want to
folks
forget
were
her.
not even knowing what Juneteenth was, you know, she had
Exactly.
this vision, and we did it outdoors. And even with
Hmm.
the heat, it was a great success. Um,
Yeah.
and so the focus has always been the same, to highlight people in the community, oftentimes unsung, that are doing something. And it's just been exciting because we're getting the opportunity to put a positive light on Annapolis, you know. Um,
Absolutely.
and 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 also, to be honest, it's a time for us to really dress up and come out and play
Yes,
hard
that's the
and work
part.
hard.
That
And
part
and
too.
and
That part too.
yeah, the celebrating is the spirit of Juneteenth. The spirit of Juneteenth is celebration, and we want people to dress fancy because you know it's a celebration, and that's what we want to do. We want to celebrate because
So the
we do have reasons to celebrate. You know.
so the big question is, how many outfits did you design for this?
Hey,
That's what I want to know.
honestly, honestly, just two.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
just two.
I only did two. I did my wife, of course,
Right.
Uh-huh.
and I'll be wearing one of my original suits as well.
Wow.
Oh,
One of
Okay.
my tuxedo looks. Yeah, and
Okay.
and the only reason for that is because it's a lot of work with Juneteenth. But
yeah. Yeah.
I also have something else big coming up, so that'll be
Yeah.
coming out pretty soon. The announcement. So I
Okay.
didn't have a lot of time. You know, we just got out of prom season, and God
Yeah.
has really blessed us. And so I was using wisdom. I wanted to focus on being a CEO and getting out here and promoting this Juneteenth festival and the education. And so I couldn't do that and sew at the same time. So I relinquished something so I could be really present for this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
So
we want to kick it over to Kenny, who had a question for you. Go ahead, Ken.
Yes, sir.
First of all, always a pleasure to see you, Apostle. Always a pleasure to see
And
you.
it's
Always a
always
pleasure
a
to talk to
pleasure
you.
to see you.
Absolutely. But give us a quick rundown on the parking routes, some of the field events, some of the food that'll be
Yes.
served, and some of the entertainment, and maybe some of the special
Okay.
features. Touch on.
Okay, great. So the parade is what's going to be kicking us off on Saturday, the 22nd. We're
Okay.
not coming from the city dock this year because the parade has grown exponentially. And with the construction going on at the dock, it would just be too confusing to get all of our band participants there. We have more bands this year than we've ever had.
Wow.
And so
That's
the
great.
bands have to be able to get down there from the colleges, high schools, everything. So getting people downtown like that is just a struggle. So we decided this year we would start off at Route Boulevard. So the
okay.
Navy Stadium has offered 2,000 parking spaces for the festival. We have a bus company that has partnered with us to offer shuttles all day long,
Sweet.
Wow.
around the clock, with air conditioned buses, right?
Nice.
Right.
So
Nice.
the drop off is at Calvert and Route Boulevard area. We've got multiple staging areas for the parade, thanks to the Office of Emergency Management, the City of Annapolis, St. John's College, the Arundel Center. We've had so many people step in and say, hey, we want to help any way we can. So the parade will be staged and we'll be starting there. We have well over 2,000 plus participants this year. It's
Wow.
huge. We're doing a tribute to the Divine Nine, the historically Black African American Black sororities and fraternities. We've got floats, we've got bands,
Oh,
performances. So this year we wanted to intentionally take the parade past two big stopping points. The first being People's Park. The People's Park, we will have a
Yeah.
commentator there. So I want people to pack in all in that area, all down Calvert Street, all at that intersection of Calvert the West. And once the parade goes past that, they're gonna hang a right. And at Asbury Church, our very own Mr. Will Rao will be commentating at that spot.
yeah.
Performances
Yeah.
will take place. It'll go on down to Amos Garrett, and then it's going to land right there at the festival, where there'll be a band competition and step show at 12:45.
Woo! Woo! Right.
Immediately after that is the kickoff on the live stage. We've got everything from gospel to jazz. And this year we decided to stick local with all of our performers, with the exception of one. We're bringing in Anita Wilson for our gospel artist, three-time Grammy Award winner, Grammy nominated, excuse me. Everybody knows her for the song Jesus Will. I mean,
Yeah,
we rocking it.
yeah,
She gonna
yeah,
rock
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But we got locals, we got a lot of DC, Baltimore, all wrapped into this, because DC and Baltimore have been jumping on board with Annapolis, so that people can really kind of get the story straight that Annapolis is the capital. So
Yes, it is.
we got Annapolis on
Yes, it
board
is.
with jazz. We've got out of DC, Kenneth Chisholm. He is amazing. He's gonna blaze the stage. We've got a spoken word artist that's gonna blaze the stage. We've got a little young man, Lil Six, that came out last year from Baltimore.
Oh
And
yeah,
we got
yeah.
DC,
I
we got
remember him.
DC Go Go. We got DC's own series company. And y'all, we gonna really groove it, picnic style, cookout style, with the Frankie Beverly tribute band.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and Secret Society, okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And then of course the best fireworks, the best
yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah, y'all
absolutely.
always have
Lots
a
of
really
great
good
food. We
show.
got everything, food from Jamaican to tradition American, to you name it. We got a little bit of all flavor. You won't go wrong here. We got plenty of food vendors, beverages, and we're offering free water all day long
Oh
to
man, that is
everybody.
awesome.
Okay.
That is
Oh,
Now
awesome.
I'm gonna
great.
ask people to do me a favor. We have a signature water bottle this year that keeps your drinks cold and keeps your hot stuff hot. If you get our signature bottle this year, we're gonna fill it up the first round with some nice cold water. It lasts you a while. But we want everybody to come out, bring your umbrellas, bring bright color ones. Don't bring black umbrellas. It's gonna suck you up.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
we're trying to provide all we can. The city and Office of Emergency Management has stepped up. We are doing everything we can to make sure people stay cool, stay hydrated, stay covered, and have a great time. That's what we're looking
Yeah,
to do.
that sounds amazing, Apostle.
Awesome. Awesome,
So
Bob.
as this event evolves, give a shout out. This year's Annapolis team helping you. Because everything comes up with volunteers, and they're like the lifeblood of these
Listen,
type of
I've got
events.
the greatest team ever. Okay, Annapolis is not sleeping, y'all. Annapolis has great people working. And one of the things I'm really happy about is that last year during the fireworks, I actually wasn't there for the fireworks. I drove downtown because I just want to kind of see what's Annapolis doing when we're having the biggest celebration in the city. And I
Wow,
saw two
wow.
Annapolises, and I said my endeavor this year is to get more non-African Americans involved. And this year we have more involved. And I really want to celebrate all of the people that are coming on board to celebrate Black liberation. And this year, that's what we want to do each year. We want to grow the diversity of this event, because as you guys know, it wasn't just Black people that have helped us all to win the race and the causes that we've been fighting for. And it's going to take us educating everybody for us to all get out of the place where we've been too long.
That's deep.
And that is
Deep.
really crucial to get the real story of what things that have transpired. Because the sad
Yes,
part about it, ignorance comes from not knowing, and if you can
it
shine
comes,
light
and
on,
ignorance is on both sides of that coin, you know? Just like we
Absolutely.
have to unlearn some stuff, our white brothers and sisters have to unlearn a false history too.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
To that end, segueing off of that thought, Apostle, one of your major sponsors is Truist Bank, and they've just gone out of their way to really help you. From what I've, just observing from a distance, can I, give them some shine, and could you
Okay,
talk
well,
about that
let me just
relationship?
say, Truist Bank is not a supporter this year.
Oh
And
wow.
I gotta call it what it is. They're not on board this year.
Okay.
Okay.
Last year's CEO retired. Last
Mm.
year he said to me on that stage, he said, "I will give you more money next year," and he retired. So
Wow, wow,
unfortunately,
okay.
some of the people at the helm don't see the importance, I guess. But I
Yeah.
tell you what, we
So
gotta shout out the ones that do.
that's what I was
I
about to say.
support
What
what
are
they
your
say.
who are your sponsors?
And the Annapolis Mall situation that you have there,
Pop-up store. The
the
pop-up
pop
store.
up,
The
yeah.
town center, yes.
Yeah.
Annapolis Town Center is one of our main supporters. You know, they
Mm.
offered that space to me at no charge. They have they have been in the race with us. I mean, they're promoting it to all the residents, everything. I've had
Yeah.
several events there. Just very appreciative of Catherine Brady and her team over there, as well as Casa Permanente and Aetna. And you guys know historically, Aetna was one of the companies that financed slaves.
Yeah.
And as part of redemption and getting it right, they're on board and they have been a major contributor along with Casa Permanente, a premier supporter, and Sandy Spring Bank. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Let's get one of them banks in there. Okay.
You want to put your money. You want to put your money where your support is. All right.
Yeah.
And
Chris,
they have been on board. And Shore United Bank has been on board, formerly Severn Bank. They have been on board. Okay. I'm
That
telling
name
you
one
who
more
they are.
time,
It's
please.
in our program. It's on our website. It's no secret. Historic Annapolis is on board. Visit Annapolis is on board. Um, you know, the county, Anne Arundel County, Stuart Pittman's been the best, okay? City of
Yeah.
Annapolis has not spared any expense, you know, providing those fireworks, providing the officers, and
security.
we got a lot of great support.
Yeah, that's great.
I got to say a shout out to Jared Lippman. Every year that man comes through and he is just always on the point, offering his support financially as well. And ATL Law and Annapolis Pride have been like our sister in this. Okay, so
That's great.
I tell you, it takes all of us to make things happen.
Yes, it does.
A viewer wanted to know about the fashion show. They didn't want to miss it. Could you inform them of that?
No, the fashion show is not going to happen tomorrow. Unfortunately, we didn't get enough support. And that's
Yeah.
something I'd love to keep rallying for. That a lot of times when people go on your page and they see 500 congratulations, you know, honestly, I like that, but I really like to know people are going to show up, not just say congratulations, you know.
Yeah.
Our community, when it's something like this and we have this opportunity to make an impact and the education is there, these are the things we should show up for. And I'm not complaining. I'm just putting it out there that it would be great if we advocate for more of us to support us in what we're doing. You know, we got 2 more festivals coming up. We got Kunta Kinte, we got the family reunion. You know, I'm pushing for them. But they got free spaces with us because we all won, and we want to make sure
Yeah.
people understand there's no division. We're all in this together. Support all the festivals. But yeah,
Yes.
we had to cancel the show because it's too much work, and we didn't get a lot of people to respond that they were coming. So that's going to happen a little later.
And you know, saying
Quick
what.
question.
Go ahead, Ard.
No, quick question. I think this is a very good question from Lisa Slade. She was looking forward to the fashion show. I'm sorry, somebody else's
I
question.
know, Lisa. Me
How-
too.
How can they find out about the list of events? You know, would they go to your website or?
Yes, and we also have an app that's going to be up live, hopefully by tomorrow morning. And when you're on the app, you always will be updated what's going on, push notifications, everything. And so we're just working to get it up because it was a little complicated, more than we thought it would be. But we wanted to register it on Apple and on Google so people can go to the App Store from anywhere on their iPad or on their phones or smartphones, and they can download our app.
Okay. Would they get it? Okay. What's the name of the app so they can know to check for it tomorrow?
Celebrate Annapolis Juneteenth.
Celebrate Annapolis Juneteenth,
Yes.
everyone.
Look it up on Apple or on Google Play, and tomorrow it will be up.
And what's your website also?
Website is theannapolisjuneteenth.org.
theannapolisjuneteenth.org.
Yes.
And they can go to the social media pages as well.
Junefest.
Apostle, before
The
you leave
acronym
tonight,
next year. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Before you leave tonight, you and I had a conversation the other day, and you might not want to let all the information go at this time, but there's a special announcement you're going to be making on something you got brewing in the background. And if you don't want to say anything about it right now, I want a commitment from you to come on back on board when you're ready to make that announcement, man. Because
Yes, I really wanted to wait until Juneteenth was over.
yes,
Because
yes.
it's huge, and I just really want to focus on Juneteenth, and then when it's over, all of my time and energy will be focused on this big announcement
Yes.
that I can't wait to share with everyone.
Yes,
So
sir.
I will come on your
So
show.
give me a
I
call.
will
Just give
come
me a
back.
call when you're ready, and we want you to break the news here. All right?
I think that's what he was trying to say. So
Yeah.
I think we get him back on there for that, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. He has a
Absolutely.
big announcement, and like I say, he'll break it here. It'll be breaking news. So we thank Apostle for making the effort to get through to us tonight. Really appreciate that, and getting and I'm glad we got some clarification on that parade, because we had conflicting reports about the parade. Now it seems like the parade has changed routes, if nothing else. So since the parade is going to go on, it's going to be a different route from and it has been in the past, which
No
is
doubt.
great.
And
We
we want
need
to.
bands too.
And I know he was in a rough situation. I mean, it's driving wise, but good Lord, he took the time even driving to come on, and that was amazing. And we appreciate him,
Yes,
love him,
absolutely.
and
Well, I can tell you this much. Apostle wants me to share this, guys, with you. He did tell me this, that next year is going to be the 5th year, the year 5 of the Juneteenth celebration. And the goal and objective next year is to make it the largest one ever. I think he might be popping back in right now.
oh, okay, yep. Let me get him. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, good. Let me throw him back on here. Let me get you back on here, Apostle. Hold on. I'm gonna duplicate you with Kenny. and get him back on. There you go, right there.
There he is.
Hey, here I am.
Apostle, we were just saying that as we closed out, we were saying that one of the things you shared with me is, this year is going to be very, very successful, but I know next year is going to be a special because it's going to be the 5th year, correct?
Yes, sir, the 5th year. So
And
that means that we're going to bring, and we were given our dates already for next year. The last couple of years, we've had to wait until January, February to get dates approved with the city. This year, the city has given me my dates in advance so that I don't have to work for 6 months to get done what needs to take a year. So we're going to start immediately right after this festival. My team will get started and people can join our team. There's going to be information there to expand our team, because the next step is for next year's gala and event and some special things. And that will not be a secret.
yes. Well, we want to be full-fledged members of that team next year, Apostle. No question about it.
We count you on. We count you on, brother. We count
Right.
you on.
Members
Done
of that
deal.
team.
And we're going to make an announcement at this year's festival, the big stuff that's going to happen next year.
Awesome.
We thank you so much for your We really thank you so much, man. We
Thank
love
you so
you.
much,
Appreciate what you do in the
I
community.
love you guys. Absolutely love you. Like my real brothers, for real.
Amen. We do too, brother. We do.
All love.
Thank you.
All right.
And just before I go, one more shout out to everybody in Annapolis that makes this happen. We can't do it without our city. Our city, great place. Thank you, guys.
Amen.
Amen.
Everybody.
All right. Good night, audience.
Peace out.